Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Skyrim's Special Edition. My name's Camel, and today we have a guide for the legendary sword, Dragonbane. The bane of all dragons, but the chosen blade of the blade-like kitty cat. An honorable, meditative, Khajiit warrior, the samurai. Fudge Muppet's latest and greatest build out now on DVD. Not really, it's on their channel, which is way better than a DVD because you can watch it for free right now. Links to Fudge Muppet's samurai build and their channel can be found in the description. Be sure to check them out for Elder Scrolls and Fallout content. Now, as for Dragonbane, it is one of a few leveled items in the game of Skyrim. What this means is, depending on what level your character is when you acquire the weapon, Dragonbane's stats will vary. Because of this, I'm going to be covering the strongest version of the weapon, and to get Dragonbane in its final form, you must acquire it at level 46 or higher. So, of course, make sure you are level 46 or higher before getting this weapon to assure you get the most powerful version of the sword. Now, to actually gain access to Dragonbane, you need to be about halfway through the main quests. Specifically, we'll need to be on the quest Alduin's Wall. Once on this quest, and when we find Esbern, speak to him.
Alduin's Wall, one of the lost secrets of the Blades, where they recorded all they knew of Alduin and his return. Part history, part prophecy. Its location has been lost for centuries, but I've found it again. Not lost, you see, just forgotten. The Blade's archives held so many secrets. I was only able to save a few scraps.
Yes, exactly. Well, I think so. It's certainly our best hope. The ancient Blades remembered much Akaviri dragon lore that has now been forgotten. This is what I've been trying to explain. It's in the Sky Haven Temple, an ancient blade sanctuary hidden deep in the crags of the Reach.
That's where we'll find Alduin's Wall.
So, what we'll need to do is make our way to Karthspire. On the map it can be found here, which is to the east of Markarth. Follow the quest markers, and once inside the cave, we will come across these 3 spinning pillars. What we need to do is set each pillar so the symbol of the Dragonborn is facing us. This will lower the bridge. In this next room, all we need to do is pull this chain on the wall. This will lower the next 2 bridges. And in this final room, all we need to do is click on the circle, and with our blood, we can open the seal into Sky Haven Temple. Once inside, head over to the left of the main chamber and into this small armory room. On the table in the middle of the room is Dragonbane, and remember, to get this in its final and best version, you need to be level 46 or higher. And in case for some reason you can't find this room, on the local map of Skyhaven Temple, Dragonbane can be found right here. So provided all is in order, grab that Bane. So now we have the level 46 plus version of Dragonbane. Let's check out its stats. It has a base damage of 14, which is the same base damage as a Daedric sword. It has a swing speed of 1, which leaves us with a base DPS of 14. It has a reach of 1. It has a weight of 14, which is actually lighter than a Daedric sword. So in terms of base damage and weight, it's actually better than a Daedric sword. Unfortunately, there are some other things to take into account, which we'll get onto in a second. Its value is 2,596. Tempering Dragonbane requires 1 quick silver ingot and the arcane blacksmithing perk, and the steelsmithing perk makes tempering twice as effective, so it can be taken all the way to legendary without you having to fortify your character's smithing skill beyond 100. And its enchantment: 10 points of shock damage and 40 points of extra damage to dragons. Now, this damage to dragons will vary depending on what level you pick up Dragonbane, but of course we've picked up the level 46 plus version, which is the best version, so this enchantment is as powerful as it gets. Now, this enchantment is actually unique and it cannot be disenchanted to teach you this enchantment, so it is actually completely unique to Dragonbane. Now, this unique enchantment also comes with a unique enchantment effect. Not only does the blade have the standard blue glow of a shock-based enchantment, but it has a very prominent, trailing blue lightning or sparking effect, as if the blade were alive with electricity. This is made very apparent when you move from side to side or are in a dark area, as we can see on screen now. Along with the enchantment, Dragonbane has exactly the same appearance as the Blade's sword, which of course resembles a katana, or more appropriately, the Akaviri katanas from Oblivion. And of course there is the unique Akaviri sword in Skyrim that I've already done a video on, that shares the same skin with Dragonbane. Now, as stated earlier, this version of Dragonbane is on par with the damage of a Daedric sword, and is also lighter, which makes it an optimal choice over the Daedric sword. However, its enchantment is where it lets you down. Now granted, doing 10 points of shock damage and then an additional 40 points of damage to dragons is actually very useful when fighting dragons, which isn't every 30 seconds or so is it worth it carrying Dragonbane around with you for those times in which you do encounter dragons? Well, that's really up to you to decide. Also, by the time you are level 46 and can get this final version of Dragonbane, you'll probably have some better weapons anyway, so it might be worth carrying with you for those dragon encounters, but you'll probably be better off using a weapon that is better all round. But it can be a very cool weapon choice for very specific story-driven character playthroughs, just like the samurai. Just as a side note, if the sword is not taken during the quest Alduin's Wall, it will count as being stolen, along with other Blade's armor and weapons found in Skyhaven Temple. This is so until Parthenax is killed. So please let me quickly samuraize this weapon for you. Good against dragons, average against everything else. Sick for views. And there you go, lads and lasses, the guide for Dragonbane, the electric blade of slaying dragons. Remember to check out Fudge Muppet's channel and their new samurai build. Links can be found in the description. If you did enjoy this video, in the description you can also find individual links to more Skyrim special edition guides I have done, along with links to social media and Patreon. Be sure to hit them up if you are keen in supporting the channel. Be sure to like, share, comment and subscribe. All my time and effort goes into these videos and your support is greatly appreciated. Feel free to check out the links on screen. Thank you for watching, thank you for supporting the channel, and I will see you very shortly in the next video. I'll see you there in a second.